I have my son who's 18 years old, and he's hanging out with wrong crowd, and he has a girlfriend as well. So obviously he's into wrong company, and I've got other two children as well. So lots of people are saying to me, leave him here and go back home. So I'm from India. So they say, go back home to India, take two other two children. But my heart doesn't feel for this, because I'm saying, how can I know he's not on the right path, but if I leave him, it's going to get worse. So I know it's difficult at the moment. We are in difficult position, but it's still, and he doesn't want to move there. So can I leave him here and take my other two children? Or do you think
how old are they? Your other two children, how old are they?
My daughter is 14 and my son, youngest one, he's 10. So my daughter, she actually doesn't really want to live there, but I can convince her, but I can't. My eldest one.
I have a question for you, Shaheen. In his childhood, and in respect of the rest of your kids, you and your husband, how did you raise them? I mean, did you put them in public schools, or they went to an Islamic school, or if not, did they used to go to at least Sunday school? How often they went to the Islamic center, being educated on Islam and so on? I would appreciate if you can share that with me, please.
Yeah, he used to go to mosque, and we put him in public school because we didn't have Islamic school by then. We have Islamic school now, but in that time we didn't have Islamic school. So, and obviously I taught him namaz from age 7. He started praying. He was doing it before that, but from age 7 he started praying more, and he learned his Quran as well in the mosque. He was up till year 15 years old, he was with good company, he was with good people, and I always trusted him. I didn't realize, he was up to this, what is he's now. There were sometimes arguments in the home as family, you have, but I wouldn't say we are great parents, but I wouldn't say we are bad parents as well. Do you know what I mean? So
got your question, Sister Shaheen. First of all, allow me to begin by supplicating the Almighty Allah and asking Him to guide all your children, my children, and all the viewers' kids. This is indeed the greatest help. ربنا هب لنا من أزواجنا وذرياتنا قرة أعين واجعلنا للمتقين إماما. Our Lord, grant us from our spouses and our offspring comfort for our eyes, and make us chieftains of the pious. If the person raised his or her children at a young age, according to the Islamic guidance, taught them how to pray, as is said, namaz, roza, read Quran, and most importantly, the concept of belief, who is Allah, the concept of the hereafter, the attributes of the Almighty Allah, to love and fear Him, to respect and revere Him, to obey and not to disobey, in private as well as in public. Then, as you say, that up until the age of puberty, the child was okay. Then things went south. He changed. She changed. In this case, the parents are not blameworthy. They did their best, and something wrong happened. So what they can do is continuous advising and continuous prayers, and asking righteous people to pray for him or her. As far as the decision of moving back to India in order to rescue the remaining two children, the only person who can make the decision is you and your husband. Because if you live in India, in a place where there is a Muslim community around you, and you think that you'll be able to spare your other two kids, that's a good idea. Maybe you think so long as you're close to your son, you're managing to bring him back into the pain of Islam, the rightful behavior and so on. So, I have to stay next to him. It's all based on the benefit-risk ratio. When the person knows that my presence here is better, then it is better from an Islamic perspective to stay here. This is comparing two societies, both are non-Muslims, to each other. But of course, many people think until this moment that I was crazy to take my family out of the dream of everyone and to bring them back to a poor country and to stay, not to enjoy the luxurious life in the USA. But we have seen many examples. We have seen many cases. I'm not blaming anyone, but what I'm saying, perhaps those who are still in the beginning, first step on the path, realize that your ultimate goal is to save yourself and your children. Why do we work hard? Why do we achieve degrees, job, money, fortune, nice house, nice vehicle? It's all for our children, our offspring. What if by the end the offspring go astray and not only having a boyfriend or a girlfriend and drinking, but even abandoning the deen altogether? In this case, what a loss. So the temple that you've been building has collapsed. You've gained nothing out of this life. And the examples are beyond count. Everyone, brothers and sisters, should make that decision as early as possible. When somebody says, my child, my son or daughter is 14, 15, 16, and I'm thinking to go home, it's very difficult. It's not easy because the child will not accept that. Will not accept to live in a dirty place and live with people whom, with my due respect, that they look at them as backwarded in every level of treatment and dealing. The public schools, on the other hand, in the non-Muslim societies, are a big danger against our children. Not only the Muslim children, I know many American families, non-Muslims, Christians, they rather put their kids homeschooling, and if they cannot afford the private schools, in order to avoid the harm and the danger of the public schools. Sexual relations, drugs, homosexuality, atheism, being involved in gangsters, in gangs, and becoming among gangsters and so on. Very dangerous. So this is an alarm to those who are still on the beginning of the road. أنجو سعد فقد هلك سعيد. But those who have done their best and they did not have any other choice, we don't have any home but this, so we live here and we raise our kids here. And from the childhood, I taught them who is Allah, His traits, His attributes, the hereafter, reward and punishment, Jannah and Nar, and they were so good, but things happened. Then you're not blameworthy. Nuh's son by the end did not take Shahada. Nuh's wife rejected him. Lut's wife rejected him. Ibrahim's father did not accept faith. Prophet Muhammad's uncle did not accept faith, even though he believed that Muhammad ﷺ is the true final messenger, but he did not join the deen. So, إِنَّكَ لَا تَهْدِي مَنْ أَحْبَبْتَ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَهْدِي مَنْ يَشَاءُ. My and your ultimate goal should be يا أيها الذين آمنوا قوا أنفسكم وأهليكم نارا وقودها الناس والحجارة. Ayah number 6, Surah Al-Tahrim. The Almighty Allah is calling upon the believers. If you're one of them, listen attentively. O who you believed, قوا أنفسكم, protect yourselves, وأهليكم, and all your family members against the fire of hell. That should be your number one priority. May Allah guide us what is best.